40 years of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. 40 years have already passed with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Everything from comic books, TV shows, movies, specials, concerts, you name it, the Turtles have done it. And believe me, it's been mind-blowing because when I was 1 year old, Mirage comics came out with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. My brother collected the Turtle comics. He still has them today, the original ones, in plastic. He was the original reason why I got my Turtle toys. He brought over in 1988 for Christmas, the original 1988 Ninja Turtles. He brought me over Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo. And as we know, in 1987, the cartoon came out, and that blew my mind. Now, let's talk about Ninja Turtles and what it meant to me. As a kid, I would wake up every morning to watch the 1987 Ninja Turtle cartoon with my dad. He would wake up, we would have coffee together. Yes, he would put coffee and let me drink coffee with him. My mom hated it. But you know what? We did it and we had fun. I still drink coffee today, as you know. This cartoon made such an impact to me when my brother brought over my toys for Christmas in 1988. It blew my mind that I even had toys, and I started the collection of Ninja Turtle toys. I have everything from the news van and beyond. I had the, chain, morph from the turtles to the actual figure. I had even a shredder that did that. And I think somewhere on this channel there's that video that's a short that shows the different ones that I did in time lapse. But in 1990, the original movie came out, and I remember this very well because my family took me and my sisters to the drive-in theater. I know what is a drive-in theater. If you're old enough to remember, you're old enough to remember. If you're young, you have no idea. But it looks something like this. Now, in the drive-in theater, they usually have like a double feature. And a double feature was really cool because we had The Little Mermaid and the Ninja Turtles. The Little Mermaid came on first because it was for the kids. The Ninja Turtles were more for like a teenager/adults. Now, being little David in 1990, I fell asleep. I saw maybe the first 15 minutes of the Ninja Turtle movie and I fell asleep in my dad's Vista Cruiser. Now, sorry about the noise outside. This is real life. I'm doing this in one take. But here's the deal. When it came on VHS, we bought it. In 1991, Secret of the Ooze came out. I didn't go to the theater, I didn't go to the drive-in, but when it came out on VHS, we went to Blockbuster and rented the movie. When Turtles 3 came out, same thing. I love these movies. And the Turtles 3 action figures, I actually still have my Michelangelo. And it's just mind-blowing to see that today's 1988 remasters has the same texture as the 1992 Turtles 3 movie had for the action figures. But yeah, these things are just crazy because it's like people look at these action figures today and go, they're nothing like the old ones. And they would be absolutely right because the old ones had very little articulation and all that. The newer day ones are better built. But when it comes to nostalgia, people still love collecting the old Ninja Turtle toys. For me, I want more high-end looking toys these days for collectible that I can display. So we move on. The concerts that they had coming out of the show, I watched as a kid too. That was fantastic to me as a kid because I loved music. I wanted to be a drummer when I was a kid. And as you see, I'm a guitar player from the clip that I showed you in the beginning. This whole Turtle experience. Now I know they had a Christmas special I never saw. They had Turtle tunes I never saw. I've seen them now, little clips of them now from different YouTubers and stuff, but I've never actually sat down and watched them. They were on Oprah, and I don't remember that either. They had all sorts of different things that I don't remember, but I've seen them on YouTube. And did I feel when I saw them any different? No. It still was like, wow, they did this? This is kind of cool. I kind of want to see it. Again, this show has changed so many people's lives and the movies. When Michael Bay came out with the original Ninja Turtle the recreation of Ninja Turtles, I thought that movie was fantastic. When Out of the Shadows came out, I was like, what is this? This was, to me, it was a great idea. Bringing Krang, bringing Bebop, Rocksteady. I own those movies. And I have a kind of a hate-love situation with that second movie because they did a really good job on it, but to me, it kind of dragged out. It was kind of boring to me a little bit, and I don't know how to explain it. But overall, it was good, and I kind of was disappointed that the Technodrome didn't get built all the way, because I would have loved to see the full Technodrome being built, not most of it getting destroyed. That was kind of a disappointment. But the TMNT movie, the CGI one, was fantastic, and the toys looked fantastic. The cartoons, they had so many different cartoons. They had, one from the 1987, they had the 2003, season 1 through 5, and they had, Fast Forward, season 6, Back to the Sewer, season 7. They had, the Nickelodeon years with the guy that did the American Pie movies doing the voice of Leonardo. They've had the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Turtles. They've had, spin-off movies from those. They had the, not Turtles in Time, Turtles Forever. They've had Batman versus the Ninja Turtles. There's so much Turtle stuff, and I cannot believe how much stuff I actually have, movies and stuff of Turtles. I even, I play video games on this channel sometimes. I own so much. And yes, I have a short that shows a lot of this stuff too, but that's not the point. The point is these shows, these movies, these video games have infected my life so much where when something new comes out, even if I'm not collecting, something new comes out, I just want to go see it. I want to go see what it looks like. So when I do my toy huntings and stuff and see the new Turtles, Tales of the Turtles, they look fantastic to me. Do I want to buy them all? No, because I'm not collecting that line. Do I want to go collect the original 1988 line? No, because they're not good enough for me now. I want what the remaster did. Those are the Turtles. Do I want to collect the Super 7 line? No, they're too expensive. These guys are expensive. They're just as expensive, $55. Do they look fantastic, the Turtle ones? Yes. And you know what? I have no complaint about it. Do I want the NECA ones? No. Why? Because, again, I don't see the point of paying that price. They look fantastic. And I hear some good stuff, I hear some bad stuff about NECA. But when it comes to Turtles, the Last Ronin comic book is fantastic. I have books, comic books and books like this, stacks. I think there's like maybe 50 comics in one. And it's everything from the original comics. And I think there's even some of the Tales of the Ninja Turtles in those comics. Now, I know what you're saying. Isn't the Tales of the Ninja Turtles the new TV show? Yes and no. Because in 1984, the original Mirage comic came out, but right next to it was Tales of the Ninja Turtles. That name's been used so much over the years that is fantastically confusing to people. I think even one of the TV shows used it. But, the movies, 1, 2, and 3, perfect. Michael Bay movies are fantastic, even though the second one, like I said, kind of is hit and miss for me. Turtles Forever was so fantastic because you got that Raphael that is voiced by the original Donatello. And in that one scene where you hear Donatello talking to Raphael, or Raphael saying something to Donatello, it's the same actor using. They got him to play both parts. That was fantastic, The Rise of the Turtle movie. I didn't watch the cartoon, my son did, but I loved that movie. That movie was fantastic. They did an excellent job on it, even though it was a Netflix original. I could sit down and watch any Ninja Turtle show with my kids and understand it because the storyline's always the same. Even Mutant Mayhem. When I first saw it in theaters, I was kind of over-judgmental on it. I was. If you go see that review, you'll see that I was really judgmental about it. I watched it with my kids. It's still not my favorite Turtle movie, but it is good for what it is. It's good for the newer day Turtle fan like my son. He sees it in a different light than I see it. People grow in different ways. Turtles grow with people is what I'm going to say. Because, like, my older son, likes the Rise of the Ninja Turtles, but doesn't really have a thing for the classic Ninja Turtles. I mean, he thinks they're cool, but they're not as cool. But he loves the movies, but he doesn't really care for the original cartoon. Understandable. I grew up with the original cartoon, And it is what it is. I'm always going to love that cartoon. Now, when it comes to the live action TV show, again, it's okay. Could have been better. I got a chance to talk to Mark A. Richardson on my podcast, and he told me that, it's basically a low budget, bad editing video. Could have been a better show if they had more budget. Could have had more better editing in it and stuff. I mean, come on, Ninja Turtles even on Power Rangers in space, I mean, they were all over the place. You name it, Turtles were there. I remember watching in space episodes of the Ninja Turtles, but I didn't really care for the in space Power Ranger show until later on in life. So, it's kind of like a whole big circle. If you're a Turtle fan, sooner or later you're going to hit, Power Rangers, maybe Big Bad Beetleborgs, most likely VR Troopers, but, it was kind of a circle thing for Turtle fans. And, some of them even went over to Digimon, Pokemon, depending on how old they were when they used to watch the 1987 cartoon. But, yeah, to this day, I am still a Turtle fan, and nobody's going to take that away from me. I still want to collect the rest of those comic books from IDW, because they released the original comics, like I said, in a big book form. And they have, I think, up to like 6 volumes, and it goes all the way up to volume 4 of Turtles. So, again, if you don't know, the comic books from Mirage became Image, and then Archie, and then back to Mirage, then IDW, and now the IDW comics, but they're releasing the original comics, and you can get them on Amazon. No, I'm not an affiliate of Amazon. I'm only an affiliate of Entertainment Earth. But again, thanks for watching. And if you like this video, you might like this video. So go check out my review, 1988 remastered Ninja Turtles. And I'll catch you over there. Thanks for watching.